Hi there, welcome to another episode of What's Up Doc, Dentist Confessions. I just realized that I haven't really shared with you guys my military desire, my desire to join the military and register and give back to this country that giving me everything that I ever dreamt of. If you guys have watched the previous videos, you would know that I came when I was 19 years old, and I basically dodged the bullet on 3 different marriages that were waiting for me. They're very affluent marriages. They were arranged. They were not forced. I knew the guys, I knew them, but I never had any like courting or relationships or interest in them. 2 of them, they were part of the Saudi royal family, and one of them was the heir of Procter & Gamble. To me, I respect marriage and I admire long years of commitment, in the matrimony of marriage. But it wasn't at that time that something that I was really interested in. So anyways, I continued with my dream and my plans, and I told my parents flat out, and I said, listen, I'm going to the US and I don't know whether I'm going to be coming back after school or it'll be something that I'm going to look into, or so I don't want to promise, and I don't want to not upset you or disappoint you, anything like that. So I moved on, and of course I went to dental school, and the military came to recruit us in dental school at during actually the junior year and the senior year. And I was very interested. I am personally, very OCD, and I'm very militant, very systemic, very routine to structure. If you ask my team, they will agree and knock me at their heads. So it was a very attractive field for me, especially as a student with loans. They'll pay for your education, and you only need to give back 5 years, which is something that's the least I could do, again, for a country that gave me all these opportunities and made my dream come true. So what happened at that time, I was already married when I was in dental school. So I said, I'm not sure where my husband is going to end up as far as work. So maybe when we settle in a certain state, I will reach out to you guys again, because I'm very interested. I was going to join the Air Force. So we moved to Maine, and then I stayed in touch with them. I said, okay, now I'm ready. Then I moved to Massachusetts. Then I reach out to them. They came actually to my residency. So I did 1 year residency after dental school, and they came to my residency recruiting and all that. It's like, all right, I don't know where I'm going to be after residency. Depends on, the practice that I'm going to end up working with. So I'll stay in touch. So again, I stayed in touch. I went to Maine. I said, well, my husband transferred to Massachusetts. I'll stay in touch, moved to Mass. And then we moved to New Hampshire. And when I moved to New Hampshire, I was really seriously thinking about being even in reserve. Or as a reserve in the Marines and stuff. And they did send me letters that they extending the recruitment of dentists till age 37. And that was 2004, 2005. And I said, oh, perfect. So I still got time, to give back. Unfortunately, life happened, and, I went beyond the age into my advanced age. And career, and but the funny thing is, the reason why I'm telling this story is my practice right now is serving the VA hospital in Manchester, New Hampshire, and also the VA hospital in Bedford, Mass. And I meet a lot of veterans from the generation of North Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, Desert Storm, to like the Afghanistan war, even for the Somalian war, all these veterans. But recently I met 3 wonderful young men, 2 out of the Army, 1 out of the Marine Corps, and they're so sweet, and they're very respectful, and they are gentlemen. They're so polite, and I love talking to them, and I want, we appreciate everything that you've done for us. Respect all the way, 100%. And it just dawned on me, although I did not end up joining the military to give back again to the country that gave me everything that I wanted, but I have been serving the veterans as a dentist since the beginning of my career. I met so many of you. And this week when I met, especially the young man out of the Marines, and we're talking about like, he's air traffic controller now in the small airport here in Nashua, and I was telling him the story, and he said, well, if you look at it, you are serving, you are taking care of us. And I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. Words of wisdom. I am serving in a way, and I'm giving back in a way by helping them get back to, health, get back on their feet, get back into having the normal, the routine civilian life, going to the dentist every 6 months. We get to see them. Some of them are very funny. They have a great sense of humor, although I can't even imagine what they've been through. I have some of them that have been blown up 3 times, and they have such a light-hearted spirit, a lot of sense of humor. They come in and they respect our space, they respect our team, they appreciate everything that we do for them, and they just love visiting with them and talking to them. And my imagination goes wild. It's like, what if I end up joining? I would be doing X, Y, and Z, or I would be seeing these veterans like every 6 months. But it's funny, what actually inspired me to consider joining the military is my senior year in dental school at NYU. Pretty much 70% of my clinical instructors are veterans. So they got the training in the military, and then when they got out, they, opened their own private practice. And then when they got close to semi-retirement, they volunteer as instructors in our clinics. And they taught me a lot, and they are really, really good clinicians. As a matter of fact, I saw the young man that got out of the Army, I think 2018 or 2019, and he had beautiful, silver amalgams, carvings in there, and they're not going anywhere. And I have nothing against amalgam as a filling. If it's done right, it can live for a long, long time. But he had such a great craftsmanship in his mouth, and I can tell they really took care of him. There's one crown he had done in Afghanistan because the tooth got infected. He ended up with a root canal, and they put a stencil crown. Stencil crowns are basically crowns made of stainless steel, and they're already prefabricated, and you mold them on the tooth himself. But the way that dentists molded that prefabricated crown to fit exactly that tooth, it's perfectly sealed, it's perfectly clean, and it's a beautiful craftsmanship. So and I told him that, and he said, you know what, you're not the only dentist that have told me that. I've heard that from other dentists that I've seen after I got out, that I had great dentistry in my mouth. So, and that reminded me of my instructors at NYU, because they were very, very good clinicians, all about detail and getting it right and doing it right. And it's such a great experience, and I was privileged to have that. Of course, with the stories, it's all about the stories with me. We used to talk a lot because I'm a history buff, and I used to ask them a lot about, their experiences, and most of them were Vietnam veterans. So anyways, so that's my story about my connection with the military. But now I feel better. Of course, it's all about me, that I am giving back by serving all these veterans. I would love having all of you in our offices. And if you know anybody that needs any dental care, please reach out to us and let us know. So thank you for watching, and I hope I catch you on the next one. And we love you. Be safe. And until next time.